are the lights on in this restaurant? Oh, hey, I'll have the pancake special. Pancake? What? This isn't a restaurant, man. This is my room. Calm down, man.
I just need some pancakes.
I'm sorry, I don't have any pancakes.
I'm going through withdrawal.
What's this guy's problem?
You make fun of a catchy.
Oh, it's just a stereotypical Persona 5 fan. Well, good night.
Pancakes.
It's time for the class trip. Ooh boy. On his way home from school, Ren is followed by Makoto, who is reading a manga. This is a pretty nice detail that they didn't really have to include, but I'm really glad they did. The class trip is to a nearby studio where they broadcast the news. Throughout the episode, characters' faces are drawn pretty terribly when at a medium distance. It seems like someone new is drawing them, but they missed the memo about their intended design. I highly doubt that they'd let them operate that camera. Do you know how expensive one of those can be? While walking through the halls, a random middle-aged man starts harassing An. This is supposed to be a much younger guy in order to make it seem slightly less creepy. Hey, I know that person. It's Hifumi, a famous shogi player and a confidant later. Okay, time for a quick lesson in lighting. The studio lights are all pointing towards the set. If they were set up properly, they would be positioned in a way that there would be no reflections, since the camera would pick those up, and there would also be color spill. So Ren's glasses really shouldn't be reflecting that much light. Mishima pulls a Ryuji and gets caught trying to meet some new girls. They definitely show this in a pretty humorous way. Ren and his classmates get to sit in on a broadcast, and guess who shows up? None other than Akechi himself. However, I can't add this to the Akechi quota since this is actually a canon scene. Rule number 1 when you're using a set is to not reveal that you're using a set, no matter how obvious it is. Unless you want to specifically make a joke about that, like I did. By introducing Akechi off to the side of the set, you're completely breaking this rule. Akechi seems to think that the Phantom Thieves are breaking the law and need to be punished. His logic is that they're taking the law into their own hands, and that their methods are questionable. Whoa, how did she get back there in 8 seconds and without anyone noticing? Ren gets selected at random to give his thoughts on the justice of the Phantom Thieves, and Akechi fails to trip him up. Later, in the halls, they decide to go to a pancake-shaped building, and just in case you needed more Akechi in your life, he comes along and messes up his famous pancakes line. Of all the scenes where they quote the exact dialogue from the game, why not this one? Meanwhile, back at the school, why is this plaque outside the door in Japanese, but the one on the inside on his desk in English? Makoto is running out of time and needs to find the Phantom Thieves fast, or else, I don't know, she won't get a letter of recommendation. Oh, and there's a mafia that's targeting students, just your average Tuesday. Makoto goes and confronts the three after school since she obviously suspects them. An brings up that Makoto didn't do anything about Kamoshida, but when Makoto says the same thing about her, An destroys her with facts and logic. Is that still relevant? I hope not. And, what? They use tears correctly. Wow. This is like the second time they've actually used it for a proper mood. Makoto used the fact that Ryuji and An are dumb as rocks and took a recording of them saying that they were Phantom Thieves. She makes a deal with them, where if they can take down the leader of the Mafia and show their justice, she'll delete the recording. They go out Mafia hunting and, hey, that guy looks familiar. Wait, Katsuya? What are you doing working for the Mafia? They end up at a dead end, Makoto leaves, and the rest go to karaoke to talk. If you listen closely, you can actually hear a crappy karaoke version of Let's Go Featherman, the theme song of the Persona Universe's version of the Power Rangers. They figure that the mob boss has a palace since he has a lot of greed and other distorted desires. But the problem is, the boss keeps their identity a complete secret, so they don't have a name to get into the palace. Then Ryuji, of all people, has the brilliant idea of using the media and asking Oya for his name. Why are they showing time pass through juice? What's the rate? Half a glass an hour? This is not how you show time. Like, you could have just had it be instantaneous. Yusuke starts choking on his drink, but is miraculously cured when Oya responds and tells them to meet her in Shinjuku. They head to Shinjuku, but Ryuji forgot to change out of his school uniform. The way they're lit here, they just don't look like they belong. A cop notices that Ryuji is in his uniform and is strolling the red light district streets at night. Not a very good thing for a student to be doing. They run away, but Ryuji still meets his demise to some strange people. We also meet Chihaya here, a fortune teller. A few seconds later, he arrives at the bar. It seems that, although her text seemed to have implied that she was going to leave if he didn't get there soon, Oya doesn't seem to be in a state where she can leave. She tells him the name of the mob boss. Surprise, it's Kaneshiro. In return, Ren sets her up with Mishima for an interview. The next day, the thieves start looking for keywords to enter Kaneshiro's palace. Why does Ryuji start his Ren thing but not follow through?
金城っつったらやっぱ金絡みじゃね
That's pretty meta, actually. They find out that he thinks of somewhere as a bank. That place would be...
いや勘弁しろよ被害者とか渋谷全体でどんだけいると思ってん
That's right. He views the entire city as his personal bank, and the inhabitants as walking ATMs. I'm not sure why, but they didn't show them and have the thieves use clues to locate the giant bank floating over the city. Wow, that's huge. They really crammed a lot into this episode, but it felt like it was dragging on. It's like they put too much in, honestly. After the credits, we get shown Shadow Kaneshiro in his bank. And this is also the Black Masked Man that we were supposed to find out through Madarame. Well guys, I hope you liked the video. Make sure to hit that like button, and if you really like it, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. I might be switching over to the dub soon, because that's out. I might also make a video about the dub, because that could be interesting. Alright, see you guys.